Good evening. It is I, your boss, your ruler, the ultimate demon, evil incarnate, Lord of Destruction, the one your favorite rock band made songs about. You should know which ones those are. I just came back from some fake vigilante who sacrificed himself by saving a wife who was brutally beaten by her husband. The twist: the man was sleeping with her secretly and loved her so much that he gave his life for her, like some twisted, sick version of that man's son above. I love it. I lost count of how many of you human men have died over the love of women. How do you think I was able to trick Eve so easily? You human women are easily swayed by superficial things, which is why I chose them to do my bidding most often. Men, they are hard-headed. But if you add in the sweet, tender body of a woman, and he too falls into my grasp. I love men that you humans say are simps, willing to do anything for a woman who barely cares about him herself. But you humans never learn. But that's not why you're here. You're here for yet another rousing story from my past youth. Speaking of simps and seducers, this next one is a favorite of mine, and a very famous one too. Have you ever heard of the Black Widow? No, not the spider or that comic book heroine, you imbeciles. The real Black Widow. Judy Buenoano, the infamous serial killer that killed several men, including one of her own sons, all for the pursuit of money. She was quite the vixen, I hate to admit. For me, sex is an everyday thing, and I get it whenever I damn well please. But she was one who didn't need to try hard for a man to sleep with her. I got her a few times myself. She couldn't kill me though. Obviously, I'm unkillable, and two, I'm a player for life. Nobody can tie me down. But Judy, oh, she had a talent, a real knack for making men think that they were the luckiest guys alive, until, of course, they weren't alive anymore. She had the charm of a Southern belle and the heart of a tax auditor during an audit. Cold, calculating, completely devoid of remorse. She started off small, little insurance claims, a little arsenic in the coffee, a little tragic accident here. But the real masterpiece, her husband, James Goodyear, a war hero, a proud man, and, unfortunately from him, married to Judy. He comes back from Vietnam thinking the worst is behind him. Oh, James. Sweet, sweet James. If only you had been shot in battle, you might have stood a better chance. Instead, Judy slowly poisoned him, watched him wither, and collected the insurance money with the enthusiasm of a kid opening presents on Christmas morning. Now you might think, Satan, surely she felt some guilt. Oh, you naive little mortals. Guilt is for those with a soul to bruise, and Judy's soul was drier than an overcooked turkey on Thanksgiving. Did she stop there? Of course not. The woman was on a roll. Next was her boyfriend, Bobby Joe Morris. Same script, different man. A little poison, a lot of life insurance, and boom, another man down. Another one bites the dust. At this point, I was giving her mental standing ovations. I mean, most killers go for passion, revenge, or, I don't know, some half-baked excuse about a rough childhood. But Judy, she did it for capitalism. And if there's one thing that truly fuels evil, it's greed. But then, she went for the piece de resistance, her own son Michael. And this, even I had to pause. I mean, I'm all for destruction. I've seen some sick shit in my day, and a lot of which I've done myself. But there's something about a mother tossing her own flesh and blood into a river with heavy braces to make sure he sinks that makes even me raise an eyebrow. Michael was just a veteran, disabled, but Judy, she saw an insurance check instead of a son. That's dedication. That's commitment to the craft. That's some fucked up shit. Of course, all good things must come to an end, even for my most talented disciples. The authorities finally caught up to her, and she was sentenced to death. And do you know how they executed her? The electric chair. The irony. A woman who spent years poisoning people had to go out in the most dramatic, fire and brimstone way possible. If I had tear ducts, I would have wept with joy. So what's the moral of this story? Love is dangerous. Marriage is just an insurance scam waiting to happen. And most importantly, if you're going to be a gold digger, maybe don't leave a body count that makes it obvious. Oh, and always read the fine print on life insurance policies. You never know who's reading them, just a little too carefully. That's all the precious time I have today for you fools. If you like what you heard, please feel free to follow me if you're not doing that already. And please tell your friends about me. Advertising can be such hell.